Hey guys, it's Steven here, and today I'm going to be playing some Bed Wars, which seems like I already fell to the void, but yeah, I'm going to be playing some solo Bed Wars. Um, I don't think I'll be winning this game because I'm not the best at this map. Yeah, that's alright. I don't even have a pickaxe either. Yeah, I already lost. That was actually really fast. Um, I want to try this map again. Now it's actually ended way faster than I thought. I thought I could at least put up a fight, but apparently not. Apparently not. But yeah, like I was saying before, I died a lot faster than I thought I would. This is actually, I guess, normal Bed Wars for once. Well, it always is, but I think, well, the last video only, I did have a challenge on, but as you guys probably know by now, and if you watch that video, I am now #1 in Renegade. But not just that, but I also finally completed the goal, like I think yesterday morning, of getting 2,000 wins in Renegade. So I am done with that challenge now for at least the next year or so, unless I get taken again or if it's get close. Um, which also means I am done playing fours because the only reason why, wait, I thought this was going to jump down. Okay, I'm just going to go. All right. Um, Yeah, so the only reason why I was playing fours was because of the challenge. And since I'm done with that now, I am gonna be quitting fours for at least the next couple of months, like 7 months probably, because I wanna go back to doubles and focus on, well, grinding XP for my goal next year. So that is gonna be the mode I'll be doing for the next pretty much 7 months. So I am going to be quitting fours, which does kind of suck because it is a lot harder to play with like more of my friends. Um, but I'll probably get used to it. This person is okay. That person, he's kind of good, a lot better than I thought he would be. But hopefully in the next run I can kill him. I think I might have enough. Nope, I do not have enough for iron armor. I probably should not be going in again with just this gear, but it is what it is. Okay, this person has a fireball. Okay. And they fell. That's kind of awkward. Um, well, that was that. I guess one other thing I do want to talk about is I will probably be returning to fours at one point, but again, that's not gonna be anytime soon. But I guess one thing I do want to talk about, which I should have been talking about a while ago, is my review of the Bed Wars update, which I said I was gonna do, and that's the video. And I'm taking a little too long to start talking about my review, but basically, I guess since some of you, well, okay, if I'm being honest, I don't think all of you are that like expecting a review from me, but I do like always like to see like what people like, especially like high star players, not just for Bedwars, but like any game, like any high stat player or any like good players, what they think about update, and so that's kind of why I wanted to make a video about this. And so like my thoughts on the Bed Wars update that they released earlier this month, which it's kind of crazy that it's been almost a month already that they released the update. But my review of the update is pretty positive, I would say. I do like the update. I really don't have a lot of problems with it. I think some people expect me to have a problem with it because it's not really an update towards me. Like, it's an update towards really for new players. And for me, I think that's a good thing. I saw some people, not just on the forums, but like in some other places, like on the server as well, talking about how like this update isn't really that good because it doesn't really provide much content for like high stat players like me basically. And yeah, it does suck a little because like I pretty much finished the update and like there's nothing else to do with it. I also don't really like see my I don't really want to complain because personally I think update towards new players is far more important than like trying to make update for like older players like me because at the end of the day the like sweatier players always gonna be like a minority of a player base and some people get like a bit too mad at like if Hypixel doesn't. Okay, why is this person trying a bit too hard? Maybe they have resources, I don't know. Either way, they died, so not sure why they were trying a little hard, but at least they killed him. But yeah, like I just seen some people like that are like really annoyed about it, and it's like I remember a while ago, like a couple of years ago, where I saw this thread, and this was before like the update where they introduced challenges. So like I think it was like the summer of 2021 where I saw this thread about how to save Bed Wars, and really most of the ideas in it was just like ideas that Sweats would like. And to me, I immediately like I think I was like one of the few people that didn't like the thread because like it just seemed like it was just more of an update to like appeal to the. Okay, this person is. Um, and I died. That kind of sucks, and I lost my potions. But yeah, I saw this thread, and I didn't like this thread because it just felt like clearly they wanted an update for themselves where they can enjoy it. But to me, that wouldn't necessarily be because the way the thread was written was like, oh, this is the update that Bed Wars need. But that I couldn't disagree more than that. What the update needed to be was an update that all players can enjoy, especially like newer players. Um, and so can I? Yep, I got him. Nice. That was a little bit too close for my liking, but at least I got him. Um, but yeah, and so like I didn't like that thread because of that reason, because it just felt like it's just an update for them to enjoy like themselves, and to me, like I think it's far more important to focus on the new players, like how we can make an update for new players, right? Because something happened like very similar to what like I feel like certain Bed Wars players would want is with SkyWars is SkyWars did get like I think about 3 updates at least for like a couple of years back to back where the update was very like okay, where is this last guy? Ah, there you are. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna go for it. I might still be able to save it actually. If they don't have an egg or a pearl, I could save it. Nope, I heard that. Luckily, normally I listen to music, but because I don't listen to music while I make videos, I actually was fine because well, I was able to hear that pretty clearly too. But yeah, and so what happened with SkyWars is that SkyWars did get updates mostly for the sweaty players, and for me, I think what happened was because the updates were mostly like new content, like it made like sweat players have a bigger advantage because of like new perks and new kits. But it also introduced another problem where the content was mostly like locked behind like again like if you're like a really grinding player, you can that's the only way you can enjoy the update. And I think that was for me a issue because um basically for new players there was really no new content added for them at all because of that. Like, yeah, there was new content, but they would have to play a ton in order to access it. And at the end of the day, most of the players, it's gonna be new to the game. And to me, I think that's why Skywars died because they focused too much on the sweats, and because they focused too much on sweats, more squads stayed, more new players left, and it's just the more sweat players stayed, it basically just created this endless loop of new players leaving. Um, and it just overall got the game killed. And they tried to fix this problem. I don't think it was this year, but I think it was last year where they introduced an update where they made it so that I think not all perks could be like activated. You had to pick like 4 perks. And I think there were other couple of changes, like I think certain perks and kits were nerfed and stuff like that. And it was supposed to be like an update that makes SkyWars new player friendly, like how it was back in 2015. And I think it did work quite a bit. Like, sure, not maybe as much as some people were hoping it would, but I think it did increase the player count by a couple hundred because it finally like made SkyWars easier for new players to return and stay in. And for me, I think that's the issue of like what a lot of pro players from Bedwars want is that they almost want like a repeat of what happened to SkyWars. If we focus too many updates on the sweaty players, it's going to kill the game at some point. And I'm not saying like there shouldn't be any new content for players like me. Like it does suck that there isn't much more to do. But I think for an update like this, where especially everyone was waiting for years. Okay, how what what? That's not how you rush on this map. I'm so confused. Um, like I think it would have really sucked if let's say a new player, right? Like you're a 10 star and you've been waiting for maybe years for this update to come out. Um, you waited years and only to find out that the update is kind of locked towards like players who are like 500 stars or higher. It kind of just sucks a lot because like you just waited years for a new update that you can't even enjoy because of that. And to me, that's why I'm really happy that this update was really for new players, right? Because I think if it was for high star players, I think this update would have honestly have done nothing to the player count. And yeah, it still isn't that big of a difference, but I do notice like a couple hundred more players playing. But I think if this update was sourced for like the higher players like me, like honestly, I think you would have only seen like 30 more people playing this game. Because again, like there's only like I think 600 people, let's say, who are like above 1,000 star, and even less of that are like people who are actively playing today. So like it's even far less, if I'm being honest. And overall, it is a bit more like it's just overall. I think it was a good idea to make the update new player friendly than it would have been. Because I also seen some people complaining that like Bed Wars is not a casual game, it's a competitive game, and I just do not agree with that. Like, yeah, it can be made into a competitive game, like certain Hypixel tournaments, or it can even be made into an esport or stuff like that. But that's like I think the servers to decide and like the community to decide in terms of like community made events. So like there's already unofficial ranked, but that doesn't mean that like the entirety of Bed Wars is ranked or competitive. Like the way Hypixel designed it, their version of Bed Wars is to be casual, and that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a casual version of Bed Wars. Like no matter if you don't like it or not, it's not. Please make it. Nope, I did not make it. That kind of sucks. I kind of do that really hard. Um, I think I should leave that though because I played like yeah, it's been a lot of time if I'm being honest. But yeah, so basically, what was I saying again? I was almost finished, and I already forgot was what at one point I was at. Um, basically, oh my god, I actually forgot what I was talking about for a second there. Basically, the update, I think it's just was a way better idea to make it for new players instead of for players like me because I think the update would have not made much of a difference. And overall, I understand why some players is a little annoyed by that, but it's Hypixel like if Hypixel wants Bed Wars to be a casual minigame, then that's their decision. I don't think it's really our decision to like decide what kind of game it is. Like yeah, we can decide like what kind of community events there can be, and for the most part there's ranked and tournaments, and that's fine. I think it would be an issue if Hypixel was taking them down or something. Um, but like Hypixel see their version of Bed Wars as casual and it's not competitive, and honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if it's like a casual game for them, and it's going to say it's a casual game. And so for me, I think people just want this game to become competitive. And if I'm being honest, one of the reasons why I enjoy Bed Wars is because it's casual. At the end of the day, where Bed Wars is becomes so competitive, like UHC or even SkyWars today, I'm probably gonna quit Bed Wars because I just want to play Bed Wars in like a casual way. I don't want to sweat it and stuff like that. Um, and so personally, I'm happy with the update. I liked it. Like a comparison I kind of made to some of my friends that for players like me, this is like a day's worth of new content. But for like players like, you know, some of these people in the chat, this is like weeks, if not months worth of content. Like I still have a lot of friends still doing certain parts of the hotel, and they're still probably going to take a couple of weeks more, maybe in a month, to finish it. And the fact that like I seen some of my friends complete the hotel entirely, and they get so excited that they almost like they got accepted to like a graduation, like or not graduation, but like they got accepted to like a high prestigious college. It's like if they get that excited to finish something, I feel like that means Hypixel did something right. And in my opinion, they did. I think they honestly made the perfect update. I think if people really want this update to make gameplay feel more replayable for everyone, I think they need to introduce new modes entirely, like a 8v8. Oh, it doesn't show. Like a 8v8, but like core mode, because if you guys don't know, these four modes is considered like I guess the main stats. Well, this is kind of considered secondary, like secondary stats, and dreams is kind of like third, like no stats at all, kind of. So like a AV8 that counts as like official stats would be kind of cool. Like the balance between the like chaos of fours and kind of little bit of like speed between these two modes. I think that would be great. Or maybe a 1.19 dreams mode. Again, only dreams, not official like dream like a core mode or anything like that. I think that would work really well. Because the issue is that there's no way to really revamp the gameplay of Pet Wars unless they add kits or perks. No one wants that, including me. So really, the only way is new modes or new maps. And new maps is really way more temporary of a effect than like new modes. So personally, I think the next update should be about adding new kind of modes that's like enjoyable to play than like new maps or anything like that. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like my thoughts on the update. I enjoy it. I think it's a perfect update. I honestly wouldn't have liked this update if this update was dedicated towards me. Yeah, sure, I would still be enjoying the content today, but it's not what I stand for. Like, I always been someone that I want to be like for the new players, right? I always want to be the new on the new player side, make content for them and stuff like that. And for me, I really don't care if there's like no updates dedicated towards me. I'm always going to have fun playing this game as long as I have friends to play with. So yeah, so that's kind of like my review of the update. I will be making another video right after this about my thoughts on my world record being broken, because something I didn't talk about, which all of you guys probably know, is that each quest does introduce like 5 to 10,000 XP, which you guys probably know what that means. My world record was broken, which I'll talk about in the next video. So yeah, I'm going to be seeing you guys later, and goodbye.